Hey, this is Ryan from WebEminence.com, and I'm reviewing the website builder from websitebuilder.com. And you're going to want to watch this review because websitebuilder.com, as of recording this video, is probably my favorite website builder, and I'm going to show you why. I'm in the back office of websitebuilder.com after creating a free account. You can create free sites on websitebuilder.com, and that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you a free site in my review. I do plan on upgrading so I could show some details on the e-commerce platform that they offer, and they also offer some other upgraded features like stats, SEO tools, ad credits, and assistance setting up an email address. Those are all only available in an upgraded account, so you can read my blog post for more information about that. I'm going to upgrade and review some of those features as well. So as a free website, your site is going to be hosted on my-free.website. So for example, mine is webeminencetest.myfree.website. So you do need to upgrade in order to use your own custom domain name. So I'm going to go ahead and click Edit Site, and that's going to take me into the website builder. Now I've already chosen a template for this site, but that's the first step you're going to take in creating a new site. So let me go up to this menu here and click Create a New Site just to show you the templates that they offer, because that is a very strong point of this website builder. I did a rough count, and I think there's about 600 templates available now, and they probably are developing more. They all do look pretty modern. This website builder is only about a year old, so none of these templates should be older than that. They offer a lot of different categories, which are useful because you can choose your industry or the type of website you have, like a blog, for example, or a one-pager. You can also choose this blank templates category, and these are not actually blank, but what they are is templates that are really generic, but they do have a framework. So you're not totally starting from scratch, but you can customize the design the way you want using their framework or changing their framework, and I'll show you how to do that in the website builder. So the website builder layout and design is really good in my opinion. They give you this large area to preview your site as you build it. It reminds me a little bit of Weebly with this top toolbar switching between mobile and desktop. You got your undo buttons and save and publish. You can switch between your different pages with this page drop down. And then you have the toolbar on the left where you can add elements to your site, customize the pages, sections, which I'll talk about, and customize the design. So I'm going to go through each of these categories and show you how you'd actually build a site with this website builder and what it can do. So the first thing you should notice is that they do give you a design to start from. When you choose a template, you're not totally starting from scratch. You're starting with one of their templates and all the content that they enter in, and then you can just customize it the way you want or totally delete and change things. So the first thing I like to do looking at a website builder is kind of click around the preview area to see what they allow before I start adding elements using this toolbar. So the first thing I notice is that they have the sections of the page divided into header and then sections and then a footer at the bottom, which is more reminiscent of building a website in HTML than typical drag and drop website builders. So right off the bat, they're kind of catering more towards developers or web designers who have a little bit of experience in building websites using HTML code. But the website builder is still easy enough for a beginner to use, as you'll see in the rest of this video. So if I just click on one element like this text block here, you'll start to see what the website builder can do. First of all, it pops up this little black box here that gives me some options like docking vertically and horizontal. I can duplicate the element or bring it forward and backward. So this is a layered layout where elements can be placed on top of other elements, and then you can use the bring forward and send backward buttons to change the layering of the different elements. You can easily resize an element just by dragging the box. One feature I have not seen in other website builders is the ability to take an element and just spin it on an axis and rotate it. One nice feature they give you that's similar to Wix is this content shifter here that allows you to basically change the vertical space that's available between elements. So if I drag it, it'll give more space below this text element. I can even drag it up to shrink the space underneath the element. And then you'll notice this white box that pops up on the right that gives several options for each element depending on what type of element it is. So this is a text element, so it's going to give me some options for changing the HTML tag. I can change behaviors, and this is an important element of this website builder. I can create animations, I can create scrolling events and navigation events and video play events based on certain behaviors that happen. So I'll show you an example of an animation later on. If I click on the style icon in this white settings box, I can change a lot of options with the text, like add a custom style or customize the styles individually using colors. I can add a background to the entire text block, and I can add borders and other effects like shadows and glows to the box itself. So a lot of these options down here are actually customizing the box of the element. And as you can see, you can click the gear icon next to each one and give it even more customization. So there's a ton of flexibility with customizing the look of these different elements. If you want to change the text, you click on that gear icon and you'll have a number of options like letter spacing, line height, alignment, and then text shadow. So you can see the amount of customization that's available in these elements. And this is just one text element. I can also click on size and position to customize the size and the docking. There's some other appearance settings like showing an element on all the pages, starting it visible or invisible, and this comes into play when you're using animations. You can make an element scroll with the page, and you can change the z-index on an element, which is basically the layer in relation to other elements, which is similar to basically the same thing as bring forward or send backward. So they give you different ways to do things. Some of them you can just click the buttons here, and then on the right hand side there's a lot more options that get more in depth. So that's how you work with elements in terms of actually moving things around. So I can take an element and just drag it around the screen and drop it wherever I want. I can also select multiple elements and drag them around as a group, which is really easy to do, and I haven't seen anything quite like that in another website builder. You'll notice as I drag elements around, there are some grids and snap lines that pop up. You see on the left and right side, these are going to help you align items since you're dragging them freely. And I should point out that they give some options for snapping settings, rulers, and column grid settings. So if I enable grid column, you'll see these grids pop up, and this would be a great option for aligning items on a page, and you can easily turn it on and off and change the size of these columns. I can also change the settings for snapping, so you can make these elements snap to rulers or the grids or other elements, and right now all these are activated. So as I go through the website builder, you're going to see the snapping happening. And as I've been working here, you may have seen these plus signs here or certain things called sections, and I should mention this now before I go any further, because the sections that are used in this website builder are really important and make it unique and powerful compared to other website builders that I reviewed and many of the ones that I like. So in this website builder, a page is divided into sections. So here you have section A, which is this area here with this background image. If I click in this white area, this is the second section called skills. There's another section here, number 4, also called section B, so I can rename these sections. And what's important about these is it allows you to organize your page and change the design of each section. So a section is actually an element that has its own settings, its own position and style, and design. And the reason this is important is usually with website builders, you can manipulate elements individually, but because they're using sections and grouping elements inside sections that can be modified, it gives you a lot more ability to nest events. Like I have these 3 different elements here that can have their own settings, but I also have them all grouped in a section that has its own design and function. For example, I could animate this entire section so that it appears when I scroll, or I can have it do other things. So this is really powerful, but you might not really understand it until you use it yourself. And I'll try to show you some examples as we go through here. But there's sections already added as part of the template, but I can click this plus sign to add other sections. and they give you almost 100 different sections you can add that are commonly used. For example, an About Me section, Contact Us, Gallery Skills, Schedule. But if I add one of these normal content sections, for example, a text block, I can click on text, and they give me 19 different common designs that I can use. So you can scroll through these. When you find one that's close to what you want to do, you can click Apply. And now I have this section already built with text blocks added, and I can delete them if I want. I can move them around, and then I can edit this entire section. So if I click on the background of the section, I can change the design of it, which is just going back to the selection process I just went through. But I can also change the settings and the style of it. So I could give it a border, and I'd have to change the border width here for it to show up. I can change the roundness of the border. I can add a different background color. I can add a background image or a gradient if I wanted. And there's a number of other settings I could change on this section, but that kind of gives you an idea of how powerful sections are. I can easily just give a section of the page an entirely different look from another section. And this is not that easy to do in other website builders. It would take a lot more effort, and some of them just don't allow it. So it's very easy to do in this website builder, and the result is going to be more modern and unique pages that are going to give you a lot more design flexibility. So now you hopefully have a basic understanding of how you work with elements and sections. So let me actually start to show you some of the elements that you can add from the left-hand side menu by clicking on Add. And before we do that, let me first add a blank page. So I'm going to go to Pages, where you can manage pages. They allow you to add a new page, you can duplicate, rename, and you can drag them around to reorder them. I can also hide them on desktop or mobile. So I'm going to click on this icon here to add a new page, and we're just going to call it New. Click Add. So I have a new page, and it looks like it's blank. So if I click on New, it looks like I'm already on that page. It's totally blank, and it has one section, so you can add sections if you wanted to. I already showed you how to customize sections, so I'm not going to spend any time on that now, but I'm going to click on Add in the upper left-hand corner. I can click on Image to easily select from their images and add an image, resize it. I can add icons and choose from a number of icons that they provide. Place it wherever I want by dragging and dropping, and I can change the size of it, rotate it. And here are the different text elements you can add. You can add headings or a paragraph. They have a number of different buttons you can add. I can't show you all of them. They have gradient buttons, simple buttons, round, icon buttons. If I just add a simple button here, I can place it, and I could change where it links to and change the design of it on the in the white box with all the options. You can add image galleries. Can resize it, and you can real quick see all the different options they give you for image galleries. You can use a grid, row, or column. There's lots of gallery settings, like having the images pop up on a click, changing the layout of the gallery, and you can also change the transitions on the gallery. You can see they give you a number of options here. And of course, you can change the images in the gallery by clicking on the gallery and then click Edit Item Content, and you could add other images and change the order of the images. Now I'll go back to the Add menu and see what else we can add. They do have shapes, rectangle, ellipse, triangle, so you can add these to the screen. And of course change a lot of the settings and style for an element like that. I can add site navigation. There's obviously a menu at the top by default, but I can add other navigation throughout the pages wherever I want. I can add videos, a contact form, and Google Maps. You can add scrolling navigation, which is useful for like a one-page design, and this is pretty unique to this website builder. But I can add a sections menu, or a scroll to top button, or a scroll to bottom button. So a sections menu would bring up a menu like this, and I can give it different names, and when a user clicks on one of these elements, it will jump them down to that point on the page. Let me show you how this works live. So I went back to the About Us page because it's a much longer page, and I added the scroll navigation. I'm going to go ahead and click preview, and you can see how easy it is to just click preview. It'll take you right to a live version of your site really fast, and you can preview it. It looks like this menu is set by default to scroll with the page, so you can change that, but you'll see when you click on one of these items, it just scrolls you to that point of the page, whether it's section B, section C, the footer, or the header. And obviously you can rename these to whatever you want. That's just the default name of the section it's giving us right now. So you could probably start to understand how you could build pretty unique sites and one-page designs using this feature. So when you're done previewing, you just click Finish Preview. You can do this anytime as you're building your site to get a better live view of what you've built so far. I'm going to delete this menu just by clicking Delete. Go back to the new page by using this drop-down menu. And let's see what other elements we can add. I've shown you videos, contact form, containers, so I can add box elements or tabs for navigation. I can add flash elements or documents. And if we click on widgets on the left-hand side, there's some more elements like HTML embeds. You can embed an entire web page, SoundCloud player, social links, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and LinkedIn. I can click on blog on the left-hand side, and there's a few blog elements. Some website builders that I've reviewed don't even have integrated blogs, but this website builder and a few others like Weebly, for example, definitely cater to bloggers, and they give you the ability to create an integrated blog, and they give you a lot of features that are great for blogging. So if I head over to the blog page real quick, you can see what a typical blog looks like. It still uses the same website builder with sections and the ability to drag things around. But you have this blog editor where you can manage posts, and I can use the blog elements that I showed you to create a sidebar and customize the way a blog looks. So if you want a blog, you'll definitely be able to have an integrated blog and be given a lot of options to customize it with this website builder. So the only other categories of elements is e-commerce, which if I click any of these, it won't let me use it because I'm not in an upgraded account. I'm going to do a different video on their e-commerce ability, so stay tuned for that. They also have a sections category, which shows us all the sections we can add. So you can scroll through to see the different pre-designed sections. These are images. They have text section, images and text, buttons, videos. So they give you all these pre-designed sections that are going to allow you to build pages really fast. So that's everything under this add menu, and then you'll be spending a lot of time there because that's how you actually add elements to your page and build your site. The next button on the left-hand menu is pages, and I've already shown you that one, so we'll skip that. And the next button is sections. I've already shown you that, but you can go back to this menu here to reorganize the sections by dragging and dropping. You can hide them from desktop and mobile, or you can change the name of the sections. The next button is important, and it's design. And in this menu, you can first change the background of the site by choosing from different colors, really any color you want. You can use different textures that are provided. You can upload your own image as a background as well. Next, I'll click on colors, and that's going to allow me to change the colors throughout the site. So they have a few presets that you can choose from. So you'll see when I click on these, some colors on the site are going to change. You can click revert to go back to the original, and then you can click edit colors to edit all the different colors on the site and save that as a preset. Also in this design menu, you can click on fonts to change fonts throughout the site. They do have a number of preloaded fonts, and you can change the typical fonts that are used for heading 1.2 and body 1.2. I can click on text style, and that's going to change the different preset styles that you can use throughout the site. So if you were to double click on a text box, it'll bring up this text editor, And here's where I would choose a different text style. So by changing these in the design menu, you can edit your text and style your text throughout the site much quicker. And they will have these preset text styles for each template, so most people won't need to change these, but they do give you the ability to change them if you want to. If I click on the blog button, that just brings up my different posts. I can manage posts and change some options for each post. And then the stats here is only available to upgraded users, so I'll show you more information about that in my blog post. And then if I click manage, that just gives me some site options, like some SEO, meta tags, and header HTML and footer HTML. I can change the social links for the site, e-commerce, and you can edit the favicon for the site, which is just the little image that shows up in the title bar. And I have to show you a little bit of the element behaviors you can add, because it's one of the coolest parts of this website builder. So if I click on this triangle shape that I added, then I click on settings, element behaviors, I click add behavior. You see they give you a lot of options like scaling, rotating, show hide. I'm going to click rotate this element. Let's just call it 127 degrees. You can change the speed. I can change when it happens, like page load or a trigger. So let's just say mouse click and click OK. So if I preview that, when I click, you'll see it spin a little bit. So obviously you can customize exactly what happens, but just by seeing that small little change and how fast I did it, you can start to imagine the different things you could do on a site with all the different options I just showed you. So if I click finish preview and go back, I can click this image, settings, add behavior. Let's say scale this element to 200% on page load. Click preview, and you see the image pops up. There's probably no reason you'd actually want to do that right there. This page is looking pretty messy, but I'm just trying to show you what you can do with these animations. So that's my quick overview of the website builder offered by websitebuilder.com. I could probably spend another hour showing you all the different features and options that are available, but I'm trying to keep this video to a reasonable length, but still show you how powerful this website builder is. As I said at the beginning, this probably is my favorite website builder at this time. I do really like some of the other popular ones like Weebly, Wix, and Squarespace, but this one's probably my favorite because of some of the design functions they give you. They kind of combine a lot of different things I love about Wix, Weebly, and Squarespace into one website builder, but also give you some other options that I haven't yet seen in other website builders. Because this builder gives you so many different options, it could be overwhelming for beginners, and they might want to use something like Weebly that's a little bit more simple. But I do think this website builder is still simple enough that a beginner could pick it up and use it. They just might not use all the features that are offered when you click into the different options and menus. But people who are used to designing websites or even just want to tinker more with the look of their website are really going to like this website builder, because you can click everywhere and edit the look of everything. You could create animations and behaviors that are going to really give your site a very unique look. And I'm confident with this website builder that if people spend time building their sites and customizing it, no two sites are going to look the same. So you can click the link to set up a free website with this website builder and start playing around with it. I'm actually using a free account in this video, and then you'll need to upgrade when you want to add your custom domain. Make sure to check out my blog post. I'm going to show you some of the features available in upgraded accounts and talk about pricing. And then make sure to subscribe to my channel, because as I mentioned, I will be doing another video on the e-commerce capabilities with this website builder when you upgrade. So thanks for watching this video, and have fun building your site with websitebuilder.com.